Normal, friendly question. Would you break all of your fingers in order to survive a saw trap? If your answer is yes, then congratulations, you're better than the cast in this movie. But nah, can we actually be for real? You know how easy it is to get away with just 10 broken fingers in a saw trap, a jigsaw trap? People walk away with no limbs, a child or a friend or two gone, and all you gotta do is break 10 fingers and you can't do it? Bozo. What's even worse is there wasn't even a lock on the dial where you had to do it like one at a time. He could have just done all 10, got it over with. Here is our contestant, the little goofy goober. And here is the game of Hungry Hungry Hippo he's playing right now. I lied. He doesn't even have to break 10 fingers. He has to break 5. Oh, you're such a bitch. Honestly, he might have wanted to do Harakiri, because this seemed almost too easy, like Jigsaw was just giving it to him. Now, before you say, Mystic, that was just a vision. I know it was just a vision, but John Kramer knows all. He literally sees the future anyway, so trust me, we can tell. This guy did not have it in him. Now, my boy John, he is a smart man. Not a healthy man, but a smart one, a very smart one, and strategic. He doesn't like to lose. And so it basically all starts when John meets this guy who is like an old patient buddy. Either that or they went to the little counselor group circle thing. And for some reason, it's either because this dude is under false impressions or he's just evil or something. I have no idea. But for some reason, this dude tells John that if you go to this magical website, there will be like some kind of link where you can get a phone number to call the magical good doctor. And for $250,000, you can have Dr. Evil's sister pretend to work on you, which is honestly a small fee. But the entire point of this is John pays and they pretend to do the surgery, but nothing actually happens. John still has cancer, and this bitch got the lick of her lifetime, aka all his money, his bread, snatched up.
Money scrumdiddlyumptious, you say.
And John's like,
help, I'm fucking dying.
Alright, so welcome one of the contestants. If anyone has a little bit of screen time in this movie, trust me, they're about to get ate by John. So Bozo number 1 pretends to be the tour guide, but he's in on the plan to make it more believable that this is like a secret operation. Because a couple of guys jump out with guns. I don't know if they're real. I'm assuming they might be. And they pretend to take John to a secluded spot. And the driver pretends to not know what's going on, even though he does. And honestly, if I was John, I might just head back. Alright, contestant number 2. I think she is meant to pose as like the house guard or keeper or something. And she invites him into the house. And just for that one simple thing, inviting him into the house, blam, she's a part of it. Not to mention, I think she posed as a fake doctor along with the driver. Alright, so John and Skylar White, basically take their way to the lab where John sits down, lays down, gets the surgery, whatever. He finds out it's fake, so everyone you saw, he gathers up, and they all go through their traps. Alright, so the cab driver, aka Baraka, all he has to do is kind of cut the bomb wires out of his arms, which, trust me, I know probably hurt like a bitch. But John's going easy on these first 2. Trust me, he's about to jump the difficulty. I'm talking from a 1980s game to a 2020s game difficulty jump. He is able to successfully dislocate the bomb, and he survives. W him, I suppose, a rare John Kramer survivor. And he tells John about Skylar's White love life, but we'll get to that in a second. Alright, by the way, I just want to say it was a huge surprise to see Amanda back here. And by that, I mean it was a huge surprise to see her play such a huge role, and I loved every second of it. I think she's an amazing character, a really good actress. Alright, meet one of the fake doctors. Now this is where John just cranks the difficulty level, like absolutely ranks it up to level 10. Cause one guy had to disload a couple stitches out of his arm, the other guy had to break 5 fingers. This girl has to remove her entire leg. But you know what? This girl's a beast. She ate that and she said, bet I got this too easy, what's next? But John Kramer doesn't stop there. He then makes her take this big ass vacuum, stick it in her leg, and then it like sucks fluids out of it or something, and then she can be safe. I'm like, bro, John, I would have just said let her cut the leg off and be done. Obviously she loses, and I just want to say that the only visual or CGI issue I really have in this entire movie for the most part is her body, because this shit is fake. The way it moves, everything about it, when they drag it, you can tell it was like stiff as a statue. Wasn't that terrible? Alright, this guy breaks into the building. John Kramer captures him and then he makes them watch and try and turn him onto the good side. More about him later. Alright, once again, jumping in difficulty. What this guy has to do, I would almost deem as impossible in real life. And the reason I say impossible, it might be possible if the person doing this is like a surgeon and a really good one. But this guy was pretending to be a doctor. And what he has to do is he has to take tools, no anesthesia, no anesthetics, nothing, not even a puff, and he has to do the surgery on himself, get some brain tissue, and collect enough of it, and he gets to live. Now, like any other human, he can't do that and he fucking dies. Duh. Like, John, I know you give them a choice. But do you really? It looks like you play favoritism. Alright, now the girl who simply let John into the house, she gets lifted up to the ceiling when there's like a human-sized blow dryer, and it's just constantly beaming down on her face, like slowly melting it. And basically what she has to do is chop off her arm. Now, this one I think is a very brutal one, but with enough adrenaline plus the pain of this big ass hairdryer, you might be able to do it. And by the way, I lied. She doesn't even cut off her arm. All she has to do is break her wrist to fit the chain. And so she does survive the trap until... That's right, Skylar White is back in town yoing all over the survivors. This made me hate her. I hated this moment in the movie, but I think it was very necessary in order for you to really hate this person. Also, by the way, she got free because the guy from earlier is secretly her husband, and then she duped them with a gun. He decided to take a gun, pull it out on John. He's in the trap now. And then out of nowhere, they are looking at this kid in which they also put him in the trap for literally zero reason, none. If they didn't put this kid in the trap, John would have died. They would have won. But instead, John and the kid does the trap. It's kind of like the pig trap from season 3 with the drowning and stuff. So he is able to pass it with the boy. Now for these two bitch-ass villains, they end up trying to go up there to get the money that John had. But John knew all of this. He's like L from Death Note. He's thinking of shit they're gonna do before they even think about it. So he trapped them up there in the place he knew they would go because of their greed. And their trap became official and started. So the trap is basically the room they're in fills up with gas that like hurts them. Hunger Games poison gas. And only one of them gets to fit their head through the hole and not die. Obviously, Chivalry is dead and he wants to live instead. Don't blame him, she's kinda psychotic, no cap. She stabs him, she lives. Maybe. I have no idea if she ends up living. Because at the end of the movie, they decide to walk off out the door, Hallmark style, where even the name of the movie fades in. As they walk out like heaven style. Like they're a family or something. And yeah, that is about it. I think this Saw is the best Saw in quite a while. Definitely blows Spiral out of the water. And I'm even going to say, ranking this on the Dream Dial, it is going to get an 80. I thought the gore was good. I thought the script was good. The actors and actresses were good. The traps were very nice and I thought they were very clever. Maybe they need to work on the fairness a little bit, but besides that, they were really, really good. I'm happy to see John back. I think we should keep going with this John series. They can stretch it out as much as they like. I don't care. Make John the busiest man he has ever been. Just keep in mind, everything is only my opinion. If you guys like this, please make sure to leave a like. If you guys want me to Dream Dial something else, a show, anime, movie, I don't care. Just comment down below and I love to see every comment. Subscribe if you're new, and I dare you to have a good day. Jimmy got that dog in him. He said, I don't care, as long as it's some cool. He's so angry he's gay. He's like, fuck, I wish they would kiss me. Petey said,
coming home,
no, I don't
Petey?
want to be with
Come
Mary
on, I'm
again.
sorry. I'll give you a kiss if that's what you want.
Shut up.
That's what I'm
Then
saying.
Come on.